Hey guys, it's me, your future queen of moderation here. Looks like Amber uploaded yesterday. Of course I was at work, so I couldn't do it as soon as it uploaded, but that's okay, because I'm doing it now. You're welcome. Just kidding. I love doing this. And so it's called Stop Telling Me Who I Am. Now, last react I did talk about how this was going to be a controversial video, or she did talk about, and I decided to take guesses, and whoever wins gets her bra. So no one guessed, but that's okay. Because I wouldn't want her bra either. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. I'm kind of about it because I see the title and I'm like, oh shit. We're at it again. We're gonna get pissed again. It's in 20 minutes. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be a long video. Okay, well let's get into it. Whatever.
Hey guys, so I hate to comment
Amber.
on my appearance in this sort of video because
I really don't care. You always look like this anyway.
It's just something that
It's
needs to
serious.
be said. But I can see myself.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta make sure that was not like my computer doing something. Oh. Amber, your knuckles. Girl, you need to go back to that doctor and get those tests done again. And your welts, all the welts on your arm. And what is this? Why do you have all these marks on you? What are these scars? Amber, no. Oh my god.
Through
Girl.
the camera, obviously. And I look kind of weird, kind of wild. I feel like with this outfit, if I had makeup on, it would definitely make it complete.
You know, she doesn't really say crazy
I just
person
put this on
anymore.
real quick so I could film for you guys because this is important and I feel like it needs to be said. And
She said she threw that on real quick. In the last video, she said she just changed clothes. And she just admitted that she changes her clothes to like make videos. So, like, she'll be wearing one thing one video and then change her clothes to look like it was filmed a different day. So she just blatantly lied to us right there. Why the fuck, Amber? Amber, why?
I know a lot of people comment on my scars. So this was a cat scratch or a dog scratch, I don't remember.
What kind of... Oh, did you get fucking scratched by a tiger? Look how big it is. It's fucking huge for a cat scratch. Amber, Chile.
Majority of these are like the long ones. And then these are usually also from like a dog or a cat or something. But mosquitoes also love my blood type. So every time that I get any sort of
how can mosquitoes get like...
I will itch and itch and itch it. And then once it has a scab, I will repeatedly pick it over and over and over. I can't control it half the time, so then it takes forever to heal because I won't let it heal because
Don't talk about that, Amber. It's gross.
Bigger, 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 infected, worse, 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 and then I get a scar. It's not cute, it's not fun, it's not fresh. I hate that part of me, but I just wanted to mention
cute.
that.
It's not cute, it's not fun, it's not fresh. Okay.
It's one of those things. Mention it before someone else does, because I can already see the comments.
I mentioned it.
What this video is binge eating.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
I kind of want to talk about a few times when I was younger when I noticed that I was eating more than I should and doing things with food that I shouldn't be doing that just didn't seem right. And I want to talk about the fact that people don't think that I binge because I plan it. I don't always plan it. That's where there's some confusion. So I do want to start off with a few instances when I was younger. So first one is, this is when it was like pivotal, where it really started getting bad. When I was about 9-10 years old, I was in an all-girls group home, and all of our meals were planned. All of our snacks were planned. We didn't get to choose when we ate. We didn't get to choose what to eat. It was all just planned for us. And I remember there were times where if there were no one in the kitchen and everyone was busy doing something, like the staff or the other girls that I was living with, I would steal little like granola bars or fruit roll-ups. Like, it didn't matter, something quick and easy and ready to just stick in my pocket or stick in a bag I was carrying. And there were 3 bathrooms in the group home, and one of the bathrooms had this little cabinet where you could lift up the bottom of it, and there was like this hole, this like empty space where I would hide the wrappers at.
She would hide her
So
snacks
I would steal
in
the
there.
food, I would go to the bathroom, I would eat it, and I would devour it really fast, and then I would hide the wrappings. I remember also, I was at the group home. I guess this is when it really started, my binge eating. I did Girl Scouts, and how Girl Scouts was back then was you would have someone
Did she eat all
order
the cookies?
or whatever it was that they were ordering, and you wouldn't give it to them then. You would have to put in the order, then you receive the cookies, then you give it to the person. So I remember this like it was yesterday. I had an order that someone ordered. It was peanut brittle. It was a pretty big thing of peanut brittle. And I remember...
Wait, okay. Did she eat it before giving it to the customer? Oh, wait, hang on. That's what I'm guessing.
I was not wanting to... I think it was a teacher actually who I was supposed to give it to. I was not wanting to give it to them. I was like making excuses. I was a good Girl Scout, okay? I sold a lot of cookies. I gave all the cookies to them. So I'm just saying this was...
She scammed someone. Add that to the list of people that you scammed, Amber. Also, I love this freeze frame. I will be screen capping it. It's fucking ridiculous, Amber. Come on.
I'm like, whoa. I look at it now and I'm just like, yikes. So...
yikes.
long
Yeah,
story
big
short,
yikes.
I did not give the brittle to the teacher. She never asked about it or anything, which I thought was really weird. What I did do with it though was, one day I was supposed to be showering, but what I did was I turned the shower on, I closed the door so the staff thought I was showering, but I was actually in my room in the closet hiding, eating the whole thing of peanut brittle. I'm gonna be honest, peanut brittle's okay. It's not even that great. And as a 10-year-old, to eat that much peanut brittle in one time, yeah. So that's how I noticed that the binging was starting. I always waited till I was alone by myself, but it's like I knew I was gonna do it. And that's where I kind of want to talk to you guys about planned binging. So I do have a lot of stories about instances where I have binged so bad to literally sickness, and I still continue to binge. Maybe I could share those in a future video, but I just really wanted this video to be focused on the first time I noticed I had a problem, and now the planned binges. A lot of people think that you cannot plan a binge. That is false information. I'm sorry, but you cannot tell someone that they're not binging versus if they are binging. You guys do not know me. You guys do not see how I am. You guys do not see me when I am binging. You guys don't know my...
Okay, but like, we do kind of, we do know, we do see you, we do all of this because you record your entire fucking life on YouTube. Do I think some of your binges aren't planned? Yeah, I don't think some of your binges are planned. The Mother's Day one, I do not think that was planned. Well, actually, I take that back. I think that one was planned because you knew damn well Mother's Day is a trigger day for you and you went ahead and binged. So kind of that one was planned. You know the days that you're gonna get triggered. How about holding yourself back? I don't know, finding something to do, especially on days like that where you know damn well you're gonna binge. So, technically, yes, some of them are planned.
My thought process, you don't know anything regarding that. I try my hardest to share certain parts of it, but you guys don't know everything. And there are a lot of people who watch me who do binge. There are a lot of people who watch me who have different types of eating disorders that are the opposite of mine, but we relate to each other. I have met so many wonderful people via...
Amber, I don't relate to you. Amber, I have an eating disorder. I do not relate to you. I don't have binge eating disorder. I have body dysmorphia is what I have. And I did suffer from anorexia nervosa last year, back in high school. High school was like 2 years ago. High school was like 2 years ago. I suffered from anorexia nervosa, but I used to be really fat, and then I developed anorexia nervosa, and then it just fucking went downhill from there. And now look at me, I'm extremely skinny, and I'm trying to gain weight, and it's not working. I don't relate to you. I would never want to relate myself to you, Amber. It's no. Nope. I'm sorry.
Personal messages, like private messages. I don't know why I said personal. What the heck am I talking about? Private messages on Instagram, which is the main source where I've met these people, where you guys open up to me about your disorders and you relate to me. There are people who binge. There are people who restrict really bad, but I'm going to be talking about binging and how there are so many of you who relate to me in the sense of you also plan binges. There is another YouTuber that I adore who is a weight loss channel that I'm not going to be mentioning any names because I'm kind of done doing that. They have successfully, I wouldn't say beat their binge eating disorder, but they have conquered it in a way that I wish I could. And they talk a lot about
How did they do it? Was it to see a therapist? Because if it was to see a therapist, I'm going to emphasize every time I fucking say that. It's going to get emphasized, Amber. Maybe take that idea into consideration and use your bucos of money. So apparently I found out bucos is like a New Orleans thing, so I'm going to start using it from now on. Use your bucos of money to go get a fucking therapist.
A lot of their binges were planned. So when I binge, I like to do it alone or near Becky. And
she does it near Becky because Becky is the one that goes out and gets shit for her. Becky's the one that went out and got all those fucking chocolate bars for her. Becky's a horrible girlfriend for doing that shit to you. That is fucking horrible. If my boyfriend, which I don't have a boyfriend, if you're cute and live in Louisiana, hit me up, by the way. I always look at my comments. If my boyfriend has a binge eating disorder and is going through a binge and asks me to go get food for him, fuck no, I'm not getting food for you. If anything, I'm dragging your ass to a therapist. If I have to pay for it, I'll fucking pay for it. I don't care. Like, I'll drag you. I'll take you to my therapy. Like, fuck, you. Like, I'll drag you into my appointment with me. Like, kill two birds with one stone. You don't got insurance? I do. I don't care. Bitch. She's horrible for that. Becky, if you're watching this, which I know you're probably not, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is there something, like, is Amber forcing, like, how is Amber forcing you to do this? Is she holding you against your will? We need to know, because this makes you look fucking horrible. What the fuck, Becky? I had some hope left in you.
It wasn't like that in the beginning, I could tell you that much. I didn't like to be around anybody. But since I've grown older, I always do it around my girlfriend.
Because she buys it for you.
And I know it's like, it's weird to share and it's not comfortable. How do I explain this? Like, I'm comfortable around my partner doing that, but it's also very uncomfortable. Like, I feel ashamed and stuff like that. And since I prefer to do it alone and I prefer to do it in my bedroom, I don't think I've ever binged in the living room. I've never binged in the dining room. I've never binged in the den. It's always my room. It's always in the same spot. And
But didn't you binge in the kitchen last video? You ate like a shit ton of pasta. You ate 2 bowls of pasta. Didn't you eat that in the kitchen? And what about those Cheetos? Didn't you like eat those Cheetos in the kitchen as well that you made the TikTok about that you received a bunch of hate about because you knew damn well what you were doing?
Doing the same exact thing. I am binging super hard while watching a TV show, YouTube, doesn't even matter. And it's a fast-paced binge. I eat really fast.
I wonder what Father's Day is going to be like.
Sometimes I don't even realize how much I've ate till it's gone, until I see the wrappers and things like that. And subconsciously, a lot of people binge in private. And if people did not binge in private, if they just binged whenever they felt like binging, then they would be binging in front of friends, in front of family. Wherever they want to binge, they'd just be binging. I've never binged in a restaurant, never binged at a friend's house, ever. It's always in my room. That's been how
okay, that's an idea. So how about days like Mother's Day, days like Father's Day, whatever holidays maybe would trigger you? Don't be at home. Like I said last video, go hang out with Becky and her mom. Oh my God, that's such a great idea. Wow, Allen, you're so smart. I'm gonna take your idea next time and hopefully I'll be able to beat the binge that day. And maybe I'll be able to continue to lose weight and not gain 6 pounds. Don't think I didn't forget. Don't think I forgot. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Amber Reid.
It's been for the last 10 years. It's always in my room. And obviously,
lock her out of her bedroom.
To create that plan, I have to be sitting there in the middle of the day or right before I'm about to go to a grocery store and I'm like, I'm gonna buy all the foods I'm gonna be binging on tonight.
Who's taking you to the grocery store? We all know who's taking you to the grocery store. I'm not bringing it up again. Becky, you're a horrible girlfriend. You really are. Like, real talk right now. You're a horrible girlfriend for this. That is the person you supposedly love, and she's suffering through a binge eating disorder, and you're gonna go out and get binge food for her. You're gonna let her put binge food in the cart. I don't give a fuck if she's paying for it. What are you doing? What are you doing? For God's sake, Becky. Like, for me, my ex used to bring me like ice cream and shit because he knew I loved ice cream, but I would always be like afraid to eat it, of course, because I would feel fat. But he would always like bring me ice cream and shit, and of course I would eat it because he would like force me to eat it. And like, it would, I did, because you know what, he cared about me. He wanted to help me gain weight and everything, just like a little bit of fat. He would always like take me to the gym and all that. So he actually wanted me to improve, because he actually fucking cared about me, because he loved me. Well, loved. We don't talk about that. Becky, you're horrible. That's all I gotta say.
My bedroom. So subconsciously, people are planning their binges because they do it alone. And don't get me wrong, I want to say about 60% of the time it is not planned. It just comes with a full force that you cannot control it, but you also can't control it when it's planned, because once you have your mind set on that binge.
Yes, you can. If it's planned, you can stop yourself. If it's planned, you can notify someone and stop yourself. If it's planned, you can lock yourself out of the bedroom. If it's planned, you can go hang out with a friend. If it's planned, you can go have your girlfriend take you out somewhere to keep your mind off of it for the entire day. If it's planned, fucking go to Lexington and walk around. I don't know. You have all these opportunities to know when it's gonna happen, and you won't do anything about it. So what's the point? You're not helping yourself at all. You're just making content. You just want to make content for money. That's it, Amber. That's fucking it. See, I'm not getting fired up yet. I want to know, like, I don't know if I'm gonna get fired up in this video from what I've seen so far, but I don't want to jinx it.
You're ready for that high, and I think that's where
Someone's in the room. Who's in the room?
it's also hard for me to explain, because it's not only do I binge eat, but I'm also a food addict. And by being a food addict, I want that high. I'm addicted to what food makes me feel like. I'm addicted to how it makes me numb, but it makes me feel good while I'm eating it. And I think that's another reason why planned binges. Also, there's a fine line between, am I just planning for my next high versus am I planning for my next binge?
See, the next high thing, I can relate to that because I do suffer from addiction myself. That's something I will get into eventually. But I can relate to that. That's hard. That's really hard, and I'll give her that. It's hard to realize if you're doing it just for the high, or if you're doing it because you actually need it. Because I'm addicted to a medication that I was obviously prescribed to, and just I have to take it for. Well, really, I don't need to take it. Well, I do need to take it, but I end up taking too much of it because of my tolerance. But it's a different story. But I get it where she's coming from, and that's really hard. That's all I gotta say.
For me, because I've been in my body for almost 30 years, I've been struggling with this for
It's so hard to
my
believe
whole
that this girl is 30
life.
with the way
It's
she
just
acts.
When I was 10, I finally realized something wasn't right, because I didn't know of anyone else sneaking food, eating so much food that I couldn't breathe after eating it, and I was having stomach pains. But still, for some reason, I just kept eating and eating and eating, and I could not stop. I keep losing my train of thought, because that's what happens when I ramble. I feel like there's never any structure to these types of videos, because I just feel like I go on and on and on.
Oh girl,
but
me too.
sometimes that's just how I kind of get my point across and express my true feelings regarding the subject, and kind of what I went through and what I am going through. I think one of the most satisfying feelings for me during a planned binge is anticipating the binge. Back before, the virus started happening, when I was at a grocery store and I was choosing what I was going to binge on, that was such a fun and wonderful feeling to me, and I was so excited to just stuff my face silly later, because when I say that I feel possessed when I binge, it is a whole stride of things. And
see, I think what's see, I've said this already so many times. What's infuriating to me about this video, it's not her, it's Becky, and it's the enabling. That's what's infuriating me right now. I obviously don't look like it, but thinking in my head, I'm just like, wow, that's fucking bad. That's fucking horrible, Becky. I keep bringing that up, but I'll stop bringing it up.
Once I'm at the store and I'm planning that binge, that's when the possession has started.
At least this
It's
girl
not
doesn't know
just
how to
this,
drive.
So, I mean, sometimes it is, okay? But this video, I'm strictly just trying to talk about the planned binges. Because if I wasn't, yes, sometimes it is a very quick, bam, you want to binge and you will do anything you can for it to happen. And it's like you can't control it. But for a planned binge, sometimes it's not just this quick thing that you have when it's unplanned. Sometimes it's like you're in the store and you're like, I'm gonna eat that whole thing of Dove chocolate. I'm gonna eat that whole Ben & Jerry's. I'm gonna get those hot Cheetos. I'm gonna get those frozen burritos. I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat every single one of those things. That is a planned binge. And a lot of people do that. And the only reason why I know this, and I'm not trying to speak for other people, is because I talk to you guys. We are a community, and I am so freaking glad that I have opened up about this, which I opened up about this years ago, because I have met so many people who relate and understand. I have met people who have healed and they've gone to treatment and they have talked to me about it. I've met people who literally share the same story as I do. I have met...
You've met people who've healed and gone to treatment and they're better now. Why don't you take their advice and go to fucking treatment? Go to treatment! Maybe that'll be the best thing to ever fucking happen to you, Amber. Go to treatment. You literally said it yourself. They're better now.
People who just started binge eating. I have met so many types of people, no, not in person, but online. And I will forever be grateful for you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would feel crazy. I would feel absolutely crazy, because I see all these comments.
My phone really be on some disrespectful type shit now. She just cut off again. So sorry for the weird jump cut.
These are people who don't know their information fully, and I understand that. And by seeing those comments, it's like people start to make me question, who am I as a person? Do I know what I'm talking about? Duh, of course I do, because this is my story. This is my journey, and I know exactly how it feels to be not in control of your body when you are binging. My binges are painful. They are not cute. I literally have different types of binges. Sometimes my binges are where I will eat until I am sick and I'll still keep eating. There are times where I binge where for some reason I can't get full. That fullness will not happen and I just keep eating and eating and eating and eating until I try to reach that. And when I binge, I know the difference between binging versus overeating because I'm a food addict, or binging versus I'm eating in large quantities because I'm a food addict. Because when I binge, I eat faster, I get sick, I am not there and I'm not thinking clearly. Those are my binges. Afterwards, I feel guilt, I feel disgusting, and it's so much more food versus my overeating aspect. And while I'm eating, both of those things feel differently. Binging versus overeating versus overindulgence. Those are all different because I do all of those things. And I will always overeat. I'll forever overeat. What I'm trying to conquer is the binging, and it's hard and it's scary and I feel out of control a lot of the time. And it's just like, it's a mess because the mixture of like being a food addict with it, I think that's what really just gets me, because it's like, it's almost like the food addict.
So I have like nothing to say right now. I'm just trying to like,
you know, it's twisted. It is so twisted and I hate myself for it, but I have to realize that this is not my fault. And I need everyone who is watching me who has an eating disorder, no matter what type, it is not your fault. And don't let anyone ever invalidate you, ever. Because you know what you are going through. You are the only one who knows.
okay, Amber, I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I support you 100% in that statement. I really do, and it actually does mean a lot. Someone like me like I said earlier, going through an eating disorder. I butchered that word, Jesus Christ. Going through an eating disorder myself. You are right. That is not who you are as a person. It does not, it's you're going through it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
No one else, okay? And I know sometimes you try to explain it, you try to open up to people, and people don't take you seriously. I completely understand that too. Because people who do not understand eating disorders will not understand eating disorders. They just won't get it. And I also want to say...
No, because people who don't understand, there are people who don't have eating disorders that understand eating disorders. Take therapists. Amber! Or take psychiatrists who literally study that shit. Take fucking just... Really, anyone can understand an eating disorder. It depends on how you word it. Depends on... It's like... Really... I feel like... See, depression and eating disorders are different. Depression, it's in so many different types of ways. Like, depression is different for every single person. And I feel like an eating disorder... Yeah, it's different for every different type of... for every type of person. But it's got, like, one main focus. And that's, like... either overeat or don't eat or other parts. I really don't know other eating disorders other than the ones I have and the ones she suffers from and like the general ones. But I feel like those are a lot more easier to understand than like, let's say depression or bipolar or, you know, any different type of mental disorder. But that's just me. I mean, don't quote me on it. That's what I understand. If you have a different opinion, please put them in the comments. I definitely want to hear other sides of the story other than Amber's, because obviously I don't really take Amber's arguments, and it's not the first thing I believe. So, yeah. That
there could be 3 binge eaters in a room, and y'all could binge eat differently. Y'all could feel differently while doing it. Everyone has a different story. Not everyone is going to be completely the same. But I think that's what's what I'm grateful for, is that there are people I have met from having such a huge audience that are similar to me. But there are also people who have completely different stories to me, but we're able to bond through that because we know how each other feels. It's just that feeling of being not in control. And it's...
See, this reminds me, I need to call my psychiatrist after this. Can someone remind me in the comments to to ask if I called my psychiatrist, please? Because I need to make a Zoom appointment. Again, because I need to get a refill.
It's terrifying. It is terrifying. Like, when people say, you can control it. I don't know what planet you're from. I really, truly don't. But sometimes you can't control it. Sometimes you cannot control it, and it's not...
Well, do you want to know how you can handle that, though? Don't have enablers around, or maybe keep your mind off of it, especially days where you know you're going to get it, you know where it's going to be planned. And how about do not keep trigger foods in your house like you tend to do? Don't keep the fucking trigger foods in your house. Don't keep the fucking trigger foods in your house, Amber. And Becky, stop enabling her!
Because I'm fat. It's not because I love food. Because more than anything,
I mean, technically it's because you love food, because it gives you comfort.
This isn't about the taste of food. Duh, a lot of it tastes good, but it's not about that. It's so much deeper, and it's so much more than you guys could ever even comprehend unless you struggle with it. And I know I'll continue to have people say, you don't have a binge eating disorder, you don't binge, you don't this, you don't that.
Who's saying that? Because I don't think that's true. I believe 100% she does have a binge eating disorder. I don't know where she's getting that from, because I feel like we all know she has a binge eating disorder, obviously. But I feel like if she could take it out on exercising, maybe she can exercise. That's a good way to take your stress out. And you feel good after, too. And you admitted it yourself in a past video. You feel good after you exercise.
And that's okay. You're not in my room when I do it, and you're not in my head when I do it. You're not there afterwards when I cry, and you're not there during it when I look like an actual pig. So that's that. And I don't want to offend anyone. I'm just saying, for me, I feel like a disgusting pig when I do it. But that's me and myself. It's kind of like one of those situations where your skinny friend is like, oh,
I'm not
my
going to
God, I'm so
comment
fat,
on
but
that.
then
I'm not going to...
you look at them and you're like, no, you're not. So what do you think of me then? A lot of the times, you are your own worst enemy, and my skinny friend who thinks they're fat, they don't look at me like I'm a fat person. They look at me as Amberlynn. You know, it's like everyone is their own worst enemy. I don't look at other people who binge eat like fat pigs. I look at me like that because I am my own worst enemy. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. It's just like, you could have too big of a nose and you hate yourself for it, but then you look at someone else, they have a big nose, but you don't look at them for their big nose. You look at them and you think they're beautiful. You know, it's just like, sometimes you can never just be fully happy with who you are, and you're always critiquing yourself, and that's a whole other subject for a completely different day, you guys. But I just wanted to explain that more, and I feel like I'm gonna forget a lot of what I really truly want to say in this video, but I just wanted to get that out. People need to stop telling me, you have this, you don't have that, you have this, but you do have that. That's not up for you. That's not up to you. You don't have my blood work. You don't see me in real life.
But when we do, we're telling you an idea of what you may have. How about go to your doctor? You need to get that blood work done again, considering whatever the fuck is going on in your knuckles. You need to get that shit fixed, Amberlynn Reid.
Life, you don't know anything. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's not up to you. You're not my doctor. You're not my therapist. You're not my psychiatrist. You're not my nurse.
You don't go to a therapist.
Not anything. You just watch.
You don't go to a
therapist. I choose
therapist.
to show you, and I don't show you everything. So, anyways, I am gonna end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and maybe understand just a little bit better, but I feel like you don't, because this was mainly me rambling.
Okay, I am done watching this video because it is not Vicky. I really have no words other than I get it, Amber. We all understand. I don't think this video was that, I mean, this video was a little, not very necessary, but I can get why you made it. Though, I don't like how you lied in the beginning, saying, like, that you just threw on clothes or whatever, because Amber, you literally said in the last vlog that you changed clothes just to fucking film two or three different videos. Though I do appreciate the honesty, I want to give you that. Whoa, that dislike ratio, holy shit. 3,000 dislikes to 900 likes, wow. But anyway, I know this video wasn't as interesting. There wasn't really much to say about it, but I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Thank you so much. Sorry I didn't upload yesterday because she didn't upload yesterday. But thank you so much for stopping by. I love you guys very much. Have a great day.